Today we'll do sums based on cube root of unity, that is complex number. Okay, now our first question. So our first question is given 2 minus omega square. 2 minus omega into 2 minus omega square is equal to 7. So we have to show that this is equal to this. So first of all, we'll take LHS, and that is equal to 2 minus omega into 2 minus omega square. Okay, so there are some properties that we have done in our last class, and what are these properties? Omega cube is equal to 1. Okay, and omega plus omega square plus omega plus 1 is equal to 0. That means omega plus omega square will be equal to minus 1. Okay, so this one, and omega will be equal to 1 upon omega square, and omega square will be equal to 1 upon omega. So these things we have to use, we can use directly. Okay, so 2 minus omega into 2 minus omega square, now we'll multiply 2 into 2 will be 4, 2 into minus omega will be minus 2 omega. Now minus omega square into 2 will be equal to minus 2 omega square, and minus omega square into minus omega will be equal to plus omega cube. Okay, so 4 and minus 2 will take common, omega plus omega square, and that is equal to minus 1. Okay, so we'll use this directly, we'll put this value directly, and plus omega cube, that is equal to 1. So we'll write here 1. Okay, so 4 minus 2 into minus 1 plus 1, this will be equal to 4 minus minus plus 2 plus 1, this will be equal to 7, that is equal to RHS, hence proved. Next question, we have the next question, 2 plus omega square cube minus 1 minus 3 omega plus omega square cube, that is equal to 65. So we have to show that this is equal to this one. So LHS will be equal to 2 plus omega square whole cube minus 1 minus 3 omega plus omega square whole cube. Okay, so this one, can we write like this? This is 2, so can we write 1 plus 1 plus omega square? We can write like this, and this value will be equal to 0. Okay, now 1 minus omega 3 omega, so can we write 1 plus omega square and plus omega minus omega, and this minus 3 omega we have written here cube. So what we have written, 1 यहाँ पे हमने लिखा है, omega square we have written here, and omega plus omega minus omega we have added omega and subtracted omega, so there will be no change, and minus 3 omega is here. So now can we write this? So 1 plus omega square plus omega will be equal to 0. So what will be the value? 1 plus this one will be 0 cube minus this one will be 0, and minus omega minus 3 omega will be equal to minus 4 omega cube. So this will be equal to 1 ka cube, and this will be equal to minus 4 ka cube. So it will be equal to minus 64 omega cube. Okay, so 1 minus and minus plus 64, and omega cube will be equal to 1. So 64 into 1 will be 64. So that is equal to 65, and that's equal to RHS. Hence proved. Okay. So one more question we'll do, and in that question also we have to show that A plus B omega plus C omega square divided by C plus A omega plus B omega square is equal to omega square. So first of all, we'll take LHS, that is equal to A plus B omega plus C omega square divided by C plus A omega plus B omega square. So can you see, when we multiply this, it is
C omega square. So when you will multiply by omega square in denominator, this will be equal to C omega square A omega cube. So A omega cube will be equal to A into 1. Omega cube is equal to 1. So that will be equal to A, and B omega square. So B omega square. So when we are multiplying omega square to omega square, it will be omega to the power 4. It means omega cube into omega, that will be equal to omega. Okay. So what we'll do, we'll multiply this by omega cube and divide this by omega cube. Okay. So there will be no change then. Omega square, so we are multiplying in numerator and denominator. So it will be omega square into A plus B omega plus C omega square divided by. Now we'll multiply this omega with every value. So that will be C omega square plus A omega cube plus B omega to the power 4. Now omega to the power 4 will be equal to omega. So now it will be omega square into A plus B omega plus C omega square divided by A into omega cube will be equal to A, because omega cube is equal to 1, plus B omega to the power 4 will be equal to B omega. Okay, so B omega plus C omega square. C omega square. So these values are same, so we'll cut this, and what we are getting, omega square, that is equal to R is this. Hence proved. Okay. So one more question we'll do, and that is equal. The question is, if alpha and beta are given, these are the complex cube root of unity. It means there will be three cube roots, one plus omega, alpha plus beta, that is equal to 0. It means what? Alpha is equal to omega and beta is equal to omega square. This means alpha square will be equal to omega square and beta square will be equal to omega to the power 4, that is equal to omega. Okay. So now the question is, alpha square plus beta square plus alpha beta is equal to 0. So we'll take LHS first, and that is equal to alpha square plus beta square plus alpha beta, and that's equal to, we'll put the value of alpha beta here, what we have written here. So alpha square is equal to omega square, beta square is equal to omega plus alpha beta. So alpha is omega and beta is omega square. So omega square plus omega plus this will be equal to omega cube, that is equal to 1. So it will be equal to 0, because as we know that omega square plus omega plus 1 is equal to 0. Okay. So hence, and that is equal to RHS, hence proved. Okay. One more question we'll do. And the question is, if x is equal to a plus b, y is equal to alpha a plus beta b. Okay. And z is equal to a beta plus b alpha. Okay, where alpha and beta are cube root of, complex cube roots of unity. It means alpha is equal to omega and beta is equal to omega square. Okay, we can write this. So what we have to show that x, y, z is equal to a cube plus b cube. Okay, now what we'll do, we'll write here x ka value and y ka and z ka value. Okay, so x will be equal to a plus b, y will be equal to, alpha ko will write omega, so that will be equal to a omega plus, and beta is equal to omega square, so b omega square. Now z ka value we will put the value of alpha and beta, omega and omega square ka term mein will write, so z will be equal to a omega square plus b omega. Okay, now what we have to do, x LHS हम लेकर चलते हैं, तो LHS is equal to x y z, and that will be equal to a plus b into a omega plus b omega square into A omega square plus B omega. Okay. Now what we'll do, A plus B for as it is will keep, and we'll multiply these two. Okay, we'll find the product of these two. Okay, so A omega plus A omega square. Sorry, A omega into A omega square will be equal to A square omega cube. Now A omega plus multiplied by B omega, that will be equal to AB omega square. Now plus B omega square into A omega square. It will be equal to AB omega to the power 4. Now B omega square into B omega. So this will be equal to B square omega cube. Now A plus B into A square into omega cube is equal to 1 plus omega AB will take common, and omega square will write here, and omega to the power 4 will be written as omega cube into omega, that is equal to omega. Okay, plus B square into omega cube is equal to 1. Okay, so it will be equal to A plus B into A square into 1 will be equal to A square, and plus AB and omega square plus omega. And as we know that omega square plus omega plus 1 is equal to 0. It means omega square plus omega will be equal to minus 1. Okay, so this value के लिए we'll write minus 1 and plus b square. So what we'll do now, we'll write here a plus b into a square minus 1 into ab will be equal to minus ab and plus b square. Now we'll multiply this. A into a square will be a cube. Now b into a square will be equal to a square b. Now a into minus ab will be minus a square b, and b into minus ab will be minus ab square. Now a into b square will be ab square, and b into b square will be b cube. Now a square b minus a square b cancel, minus ab square plus ab square cancel. So what value we are getting? A cube plus b cube, that is equal to RHS, hence proved. Okay. Okay, one more question we'll do. Omega is a complex cube root of unity. Then what we have to do? We have to prove that omega square plus omega minus 1 is whole cube is equal to minus 8. So we'll take LHS first, and that is equal to omega square plus omega minus 1 cube. So what we can do? Omega square plus omega है, and plus 1 हम लिखते हैं, minus 1 हम कर देंगे plus 1 minus 1, there will be no change, and ये minus 1 भी will write as it is. So now we'll take this. Omega square plus omega plus 1 is equal to 0, and ये minus 1 will be minus 2 cube. So minus 2 का whole cube will be equal to minus 8, that is equal to RHS, hence proved. One last question we'll do. A plus B plus A omega plus B omega square plus A omega square plus B omega is equal to 0. You have to prove this. So we'll take LHS, and that will be equal to A plus B plus A omega plus B omega square plus A omega square plus B omega. Now we can write this A plus B plus A omega plus B omega square plus A omega square plus B omega. Now we'll take A common. तो जितने A वाले हैं we'll take this one and this one. So we'll take A common, so we'll get 1. यहाँ पे we'll get omega and यहाँ पे we'll get omega square. Similarly, now we'll take B common. So जितने B वाले हैं, this one and this one. So when we'll take B common, we'll get 1 plus omega square plus omega. And as we know that this value is equal to 0, so A into 0 will be equal to 0 and plus B into 0 will be equal to 0. So what value we are getting? 0, and that is equal to RHS, hence proved. Okay, I hope you understood the sums. I hope you understood the properties and concept also. For any query, any doubt, please comment to like, share and subscribe my channel, and don't forget to click on the bell icon. Thank you.